Hi, my name's Stuart Shepherd. I'm Head of Music here at Broughton School in Preston. I started my teaching career in 2006 and I first worked at Broughton High School in Didsbury, and I then worked at Broughton High School in Bolton for a number of years. And it took a lot for me to take that step forward from second in department to becoming a head of department. I was a little bit nervous. I suppose I had imposter syndrome, which I think a lot of teachers suffer with. And it's that feeling of, I'm going to be found out, I'm not very good at what I do. But I got the job here at Broughton, and it's important to take a step back and recognise that we are the best at what we do, and we've been given these positions because we are good at what we do as well. So not just reflecting on things that are going wrong, but it's taking that time to reflect on the things that are going really well, and also making sure that we're getting the help and support that we need when we need it. So being honest and open with leadership teams. So that would be my first tip, is be honest with yourself and be honest with the leadership team. They're there to support you at the end of the day, and so build those positive relationships with them. Tip number 2, I'm in a single person department here at Broughton. I do have a part-time member of music staff that comes in a couple of days a week, but actually it can be quite isolating on your own. So make sure that you network with other heads of music in the local area. It can be invaluable. Invite them into your school, let them see what facilities you've got, and sometimes if you can get out, go and visit other departments and you get inspiration for how to move your department forward. Tip number 3, work with your local HEIs. If you can get a trainee into your school and you can be a subject mentor, it is one of the best experiences. If you get a good trainee, they can be worth their weight in gold. And I'm really looking forward to working with 2 trainees next year from September, and I've had a fantastic trainee with me for most of the year this year. So definitely worth checking in with your local HEIs and see if you can be part of the PGC programme or a local school direct programme. 3, work with other departments. In a busy school like this, our pupils have lots of conflicting interests. So we have pupils that want to be in band and also be part of PE groups and in drama clubs. So if you could speak to your PE department or your drama department and look at your extracurricular timetable, you can often put things together so it doesn't create that conflict of interest for your pupils and benefits everyone. Work with your local music hub or music service wherever possible. We have a fantastic music hub in our area, Lancashire Music Service, and they offer facilities and resources to schools, even if you don't have their peris in your school. So for example, here at Broughton, we have access to Focus on Sound, which is a brilliant online educational resource, and it doesn't cost the school because it's funded by the music service. And also it opens up the doors to the ensembles as well for your pupils, so definitely get to know them well. Work with and support your peris as much as possible, and get leadership and financial support from SLT if possible as well. For example, we have 4 lessons a week where one of our peris runs ABRSM catch-up lessons. So our weaker Year 11 pupils go off and have a 20-minute ABRSM lesson and they do the theory exams, and that has been invaluable for our GCSE musicians, and they're getting much stronger in all areas of their studies, whether it's composition or listening or even their performing. Have a vision for your department and make sure that SLT are aware of this vision. If you want something, speak to them. So for example, we have band pods here at Broughton, and I put together a pitch for the SLT team. I priced up how much it would cost, and I explained what the benefits would be for the school and for the pupils. And then most importantly, demonstrate this by showing them videos of the pupils using the equipment, make sure it's in the newsletter, and get parents involved as much as you can, because then it's more likely that you'll get funding for other things and other projects, and it's been really successful for me. My next tip is probably one of the most important ones. It's getting to know your ICT team and your caretaking team or your site staff team really well. Here at Broughton, they are fantastic, and I take the time to chat to them and get to know them, and it means that they are really supportive of the department. So our site staff team built me a ukulele shelf from scratch, and they're willing to help me when things aren't working as well as they should be in the department. The ICT team, although as busy as they are, again, I've got to know them really well, and they'll come down to the music department straight away and support us wherever they possibly can. It's definitely worth building those positive relationships with those teams, because you will get back what you give. The next tip, music departments can be quite isolating. You get to see lots of pupils coming down to the department and they're rehearsing and playing, but as a teacher, you very often don't get time to get out of the department and speak to other adults and other teachers. So it's worthwhile taking that time to go to the staff room or go to another department's office, have a brew, and just get to know some of the other members of staff for your own well-being, and actually you feel a bit more part of the team then. So just make sure you make that time to get out of your department and speak to others. The next tip is to get involved in music tours if you possibly can. I've done a number of tours as a member of staff, and I've been to tours as a pupil a long time ago, and they're the carrot for recruiting musicians. So in September I'll tell pupils that there's a tour happening at the end of the year, and hopefully that will encourage your pupils to turn up to your ensembles and get them excited about performing in music. The next tip, I'm a big advocate of using technology in music departments, and it's one of the things that I've really embraced here at Broughton. Now, I appreciate that technology can be quite challenging for some people, especially if that's not your background. But fortunately, some companies like Ableton and Steinberg are really supportive. They offer some free training, and Ableton, for example, are offering free site licenses of Ableton Live Intro for schools, and Steinberg are offering licenses to pupils of Cubase. So it's definitely worth getting in contact with companies, and also, as I mentioned previously, other heads of department, they might be able to support you with schemes of work that they've developed. So definitely continue building on the networking skills when looking at technology. One of the biggest challenges that I've found as head of department is recruiting musicians. Year 7 pupils arrive, and some of them are quite keen, but the dropout rate of instrumentalists from primary to secondary was a challenge when I first started here. So what I'm trying to do is get out to primary schools and get those people signed up before they arrive, and just make them feel comfortable about the fact that they're allowed to leave lessons to go to instrumental lessons. Also, try and recruit musicians as soon as they arrive into year 7, because that way there's a good chance you'll keep hold of them for the remainder of the year, and you will then see those numbers build as you work their way through year 7, year 8 and year 9. Anyone who knows me will know that I am a terrible pianist. As a brass player, I really struggle playing the piano. But get the help of some of the colleagues in your school. It happens that I have some excellent colleagues here at Broughton who play piano to a really high standard. We've got a tuba player, a bass player, some singers. So get them involved. We have them playing in our ensembles. Some of them have lessons with our peripatetic team, and it means that they're fully involved in concerts, and it really helps with that collegiate approach to music in the school. Finally, one of the most important tips that I can give you is learn to say no. And it's quite hard to say no when you first become a head of department. You just want to make a really good impression, but it's really important that you don't spread yourself too thinly and do lots of things really badly. So be honest with yourself and with leadership. If there's something that you can't do, just say no and just give a really clear explanation why, and very often it'll be absolutely fine. So those are just a few of my hints and tips for becoming a new head of department. Hopefully some of those will be useful. Some will probably seem like common sense to you. But if you do need any help and support, please feel free to get in contact with me. My contact details are on the Musical Futures website, so you can get in contact through there, or you can email me directly at my school at shepherds@broughtonhigh.co.uk, and I look forward to hearing from you.